Leon
The only one
caught you
who-
with... Was it with the thing? With the
Yes.
spell? Yeah.
I am most
The
grateful.
one that got away, I think, was just Seltras, if not also Sultan.
Big B's hand.
What was...
Only
I don't-
Zelda.
Is it Big B's hand or is it Mage Hand
Yes.
9000?
No, it was Big hand.
Oh.
But was it just Seltras who?
Yes.
Uh,
Only
okay,
Zelda.
so Sultan is still with us.
I was wondering
Well-
who this Bigby was. Can we get other body
I
parts
thought it
of
was
Bigby?
hilarious as we talked to Stinty and he was like, yeah, no, dude, I'm still playing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's playing with the
Once he gets out
dragon.
of the once he gets out of the cutscene that he's stuck in.
he's
Yeah,
been
he's
in a
stuck in the
cutscene for a month or more.
He got abducted by Gek.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyways, so
Did you tell Sentian what you did to him?
yes, I did. Anyways, welcome
How
back,
did you
everybody,
react?
to another edition of Get a Named Adventure
No.
Crew. We
Now that
are
we've lost his
joined.
dead weight.
Yeah.
Move across the desert super fast.
In case you have never seen the show before, we've got Pablo
Yeah.
joining us as Alien. We got Hemil joining us as Thor. We've got Sasha joining us as Etel. We've got Dead Country playing as Tex.
X.
Sentient not joining us as Zeldris. The Squarex not joining
It
us
doesn't matter.
as
He was
Sultan.
stolen by a
But
dragon.
who can tell me what was the last thing that happened after you guys valiantly fought a dragon who dragged Zeldris away in his
I
clutches?
think
Zeldris
you
has-
you ended it
Zeldris,
with us being
has-
in a sandstorm.
Zeldris has found new employment with Bad Dragon Incorporated.
Mm.
You ended us with us being caught in a sandstorm. Huge one, I think, or it's approaching. That's the last thing I remember.
Yes. Well, as Elion, you catch Tex out of the air. You break his fall. And Tor and
That
Atel,
was Nick.
you watch this, yes. You watch this happen. The coming sandstorm actually hits you proper. The howling winds pick up. If you go into Foundry, you'll be able to hear the ambience. We'll be using Foundry today as well for any upcoming encounters. The wind is howling in your ears.
It is howling.
How does
Yeah.
it how?
It's a Witcher 3 reference, right?
Yes. It's like bawoo. Bawoo. You know? The wind is howling in your ears. You cannot see further than 5 feet in front of you. Sometimes it seems like you can't even see your own nose. Tor, your moist
can see
complexion does not fare well in this climate, as it turns out. Because all of the sand begins sticking to your hair, begins sticking to your face. It's highly unpleasant. You realize that you hate sand. It gets everywhere.
But also, it creates a protective coating because it mixes with the water on the surface of my skin, and it creates a plaster basically, and then I cannot feel the wind anymore.
Sure. That is
You have
a
a plus
one
one
positive
AC.
side effect.
And
Yes.
now we can call you Gara.
I also can't hear you because my ears are covered,
Probably we're probably all a little bit deafened, right?
and I take
Yes.
out some Mad Max style goggles to protect my eyes.
Damn. Style.
Did you have them in your inventory?
Everybody
I
loses
think you
sight
look
of
like
everybody.
Gara.
Yes, you are pretty much deafened unless there's someone in close proximity. You cannot see more than 5 feet in front of you. Tex, you're unconscious. Elion, you.
I did catch him, so is he? Can I still feel him in my spell?
Can you feel through Big B's hand? I think Big B's hand works through sight, right? But you do have a
It's
certain.
a huge hand that
Yeah. What I'm saying is, it does work through. You do have a certain amount of proprioception, so you can bring it down to you,
yes, I want to.
even if you can't see it.
I want to I want to check if I catch him, if the storm managed to arrive before I notice. So I bring it down.
And say it's happening at the same time. So you managed to bring Tex down. What are you gonna do to him?
Okay, so he's unconscious.
Yeah.
That's
Nobody brings down Texifer.
okay. So do I have potions?
I don't know.
Not in my inventory.
Just stick me in the hole. We need to rest and get out of the sandstorm.
Do I know the direction that they were in before the sandstorm?
You do.
We can totally get out of the wind by hopping in the hole and just leaving
So-
the top of it.
I went back and grabbed the
Oh.
hole. You're unconscious, shut up.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be walking in the direction as best as I can remember where they were, where he caught him. And I'm going to be casting Sacred Flame, like every once in a while, to have like a light source, like a big flash, basically,
Minty,
as a beacon.
tell me if this works. The spell also has an option of interposing hand. Is there a possibility to make, for the time being, the hand cover me so the wind and the sun doesn't obscure me too much? Because it says it can interpose between a creature and give me half cover. So if it gives me half cover, would it could it give me cover from the storm, or at least a part?
If the storm,
Like an umbrella.
the storm covers the whole area around you, right? So even if you cover that little patch of dirt that you're on, it's still all around you, right?
Yeah, just
So-
around
You
me.
might get like a windbreak.
I'll tell you.
So it's,
Hold on. I'll tell you how it will help. If you encounter a wind that is like super strong and it will harm you, like knock you prone or impede your movement, then the Big B's, the interposing hand will be able to help you with that. But the current effects that you're suffering is that you cannot see and you cannot hear, and the hand will not help you with any of that.
okay, so okay, I'll take the help with the wind. Maybe it's just I'm using the hand as an umbrella basically
Yeah.
to protect me a bit.
It's fine.
You get slightly less sand in your eyes.
No, big
But-
hand.
Tor, as you're moving through the sand, you're casting lights. What's the radius?
Sacred Flame. It's not actually a light source. It's just
Oh.
an attack spell that does radiant damage. I'm just using the radiant property of it as light.
Okay. Does it? What's the range?
I don't think it has the range.
Okay.
I mean, the actual attack spell has 60-foot range, obviously, but it's just
All right. Roll an intelligence check for me. Yes. Actually, roll survival, not intelligence. Survival.
uh, 17.
17. Okay. You head out in the direction that you last remember they were, trying to kind of align your feet to make sure that you are heading in a straight line. You're looking down at the sand. It's very difficult, but you think you managed to do it. As you're doing this, you hear a familiar voice in your head. It's the voice of Vajra Safar. And the voice asks, "Hey, just checking in. How is it going over there?"
Just him or everyone?
Sure.
Is this telepathic? I'm gonna try to respond telepathically first. I'm gonna have a mouthful of sand. I say, ignore the background noise. We're in a bit of a sandstorm. And we kind of lost one of our comrades to a dragon, but we're trying to group up. Just desert things, am I right?
There's a pause. Then you hear Vajra's voice replying to you. Oh. Well, yeah. Let me know if you need any help. In the meantime, I've discovered something that may be of help. The powdered dust from the crystals that we found.
Yes.
If you throw it up into the air, it looks like it is falling with the wind, and it will drift. But what we figured out is that it doesn't drift with the wind.
Where does it drift?
I don't know. That's all I know.
Okay.
And the voice disappears.
That is useful. Yeah.
Etel, as you're in the storm, you cannot see. You lost sight of the party. What do?
I believe that I had this, like I ripped already my clothes to other clothes that I had in my inventory to have covers from the smoke for my face.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'm using this. And I believe that Tia has the same thing.
Okay.
I'm telepathically asking because I'm asking Newt if he's okay.
Newt peeks out from the fold of your jacket. You see a little lizard face. And the Newt says, "Oh, I'm doing fine. Seems like you're in a bit of trouble. Do you need any help?"
I need to find my party. Do you see in this storm?
I'm not sure, but I think if you ask me for help, I can help you out.
Help me.
I think you have to say it like, what was my name again?
Newt.
Newt? Okay. You have to say it like, "Oh, Newt, please guide my way and help me find my friends." I think that's how you should say it.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Why? It's so official.
I don't know, but I think it will work.
Newt, please guide me and find my friends. Oh.
And the Newt echoes, "Oh," and hides back into your jacket. Roll a wisdom check. for me.
Wisdom 9.
Okay. You, for some reason, you just get a superstition, a premonition, a general feeling in your whatchamacallits that feels like to your right. And as you turn, you rotate left, right to try to pinpoint it, it kind of stays in one place. It's like you feel a position through the ether. While you're doing this, you hear Newt's voice in your head. Is it working?
I have feelings where to go. I'm not sure if it's correct or not, but it's only thing that I might follow soon.
Oh, yeah, it's working. So, do you start walk in that direction?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Meanwhile, Elion, did you find a health potion or something?
In my inventory, I don't have anything, but is he bleeding out? Is it possible for me to use
He's not
medicine?
bleeding. Hold on.
A medicine.
Hold on. Walker was unconscious, right?
Is he on
fell
death?
because he was unconscious.
Saving throw?
Yeah, I got knocked unconscious by the dragon's attack.
Oh, because on my in D&D Beyond, you're on 7 HP.
Probably should have named all of your saves by now. So you're right now either alive or dead. It's been more than like a minute.
Well, this is all happening still very fast. Let's say while you're falling, make 2 death saving throws for me. This wind is really loud. Is it
Yeah,
like
it's
super loud
loud.
for you guys?
You can
That's
turn
right.
the volume down on Foundry. I
Okay.
did that for me.
Okay.
You don't. I can't remember. You don't add anything to death saving throws, right?
No.
There's
In the face of death, all are equals.
the 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got a natural 20 on my second one.
All right, you're stable.
So 1 fail, 1 critical success. I'm conscious with 1 HP.
Oh yeah, you are conscious with 1 HP. Yeah, so
Conscious or unconscious?
you're conscious with 1 HP. That's a critical success. So
Okay.
the last thing you remember is the dragon hitting you. You black out. Boom! Darkness. In that darkness, there's nothing. And then suddenly, you wake up and all you can see is the sky in front of you. You realize you're falling in the air. You feel something sort of softly catch you. It's not unpainful. It's gonna leave a bruise. Boom! But you feel something land on something. You look down. It's a hand. It's Bigby's hand. You've never met Bigby, but he's got big hands.
But damn, does he have a good hand?
Okay, I'm
So
not
when
gonna
he-
say it.
So
but-
if he's conscious and I gather him to me, I look and I see that he's conscious. I'm gonna ask, are you alright?
No, Eliana, I ain't alright. I let him get away with my valuable and trusted friends, my party members, people who have my back through thick and thin. I don't know what I'm gonna do without Zeldris. He was always there with a joke or a sweet treat to cheer me up. Now he's dead or perforated. I don't know which one would be worse.
He's still alive. When you got unconscious, he did say he was fine.
Oh, I reached out and I grabbed Elion's shoulder and I said, "Poor Elion, you don't know, do you? Where that man is, he probably wishes he was dead right now if he ain't."
I guess you might be right, but in the meantime, we need to figure out how to get away from this sandstorm.
Yeah, we gotta find the others. Look, he's either dragging food or dragging. You know what?
Give me
It's
a
best
second.
not to talk about it. Let's
let
find
me
the
try
others.
something. I'm gonna. Is it possible for me to fire a bunch of fireballs in the air to sort of mimic a flare?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be doing a stream of fireball to anyone who can see it on the air.
All right. Etel, you spot flashes of orange light peeking
In the direction where I'm moving? Or,
in the direction that you're moving. Yes. Tor, in the direction that you're moving, you also spot flashes of orange light.
Right, we see his light, but nobody saw my shit. All right, that's cool.
I'm sorry, I was
Well-
unconscious.
They're not looking. You guys
They
are
weren't-
actively
they
looking.
weren't looking. They weren't looking for the fireballs either. But you just told us that we see them.
No, because you. I assume you are looking in the direction that you're going, and you're actually trying to find your party.
I
You're not
think the
just,
way it
like,
happened was that everybody
walking?
fired off stuff at the same time, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's where you all are."
Yeah. Anyway, Tor, Etel, you keep
Of course,
making your
correct.
way. Helion and Tex, you do see a bright light approaching you, cutting through the dimness of the sandstorm. Eventually, you are all together within an arm's reach, within 5 feet of you. You can more or less see each other. What would you like to
Etel
do?
says, "You thank you."
I throw the
It worked.
hole on the ground.
Ooh, yeah. Use Bigby's interposing hand to cap the hole off.
We can just close the hole.
Well, but then we can't breathe. But we can breathe through the
Okay.
hand.
You can open it. Whatever.
I mean,
Actually,
however
wouldn't-
we have to do it.
Wouldn't the hole get filled with sand?
Hold on.
Uh,
We didn't.
slowly.
Did I use the my keystone today?
I don't remember.
Alright, I'll just use my keystone.
Yeah, you can just you each will have those keystones.
That's to get in the pocket dimension, right?
Yes. All right, Tor.
So which one, with
Press-
one activation, can be used for everyone, right?
One activation per dawn, per day, per 24-hour period.
But
yes.
but that allows everyone to get in, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So Tor presses the keystone. Beep boop. It opens a portal. Everybody steps through, and you are now in your cozy little pocket dimension.
Pocket dimension.
Can anything follow us through?
You have not tested that, so you don't know.
Maybe we should
May
like.
I tell
the
just
sand
in
follows.
case? Go
Maybe we should like
with-
hide the portal next time, like inside the hole or something.
Oh,
May
it,
I tell ask to visit somebody's pocket dimension if they're okay with it.
it closes after you, if that's what you're asking. It doesn't remain
Our pocket
open while you're
dimension
in
is
the
just
pocket
one
dimension.
pocket dimension with everything that we have.
Yeah,
in.
but I mean, like, would anyone would she be able to visit someone's of the party pocket dimensions?
Well, you guys
I'm
all
saying,
came to my
Sasha, is
saloon
that-
last
that
time,
I
so
don't know
I mean,
if
I
we
don't
have
care.
multiple. I don't know if we have multiple
No,
pocket
it's like-
dimensions.
It's
the
like
one
one
that we
apartment
share.
building with a bunch of apartments.
Yeah. Everybody has a key. You could only
One
use
door.
the key once for a 24-hour period.
Yeah, may she ask if you guys are not too busy, may I go to your pocket dimension?
It's the same dimension. There's one dimension.
That's what we're
one
saying.
door.
It's the same one.
Yes.
Yeah, may I visit your place?
It's
I
all in
mean-
the same place.
It's the same place. There's only one place. You're
She
Yeah,
in
wants to
already.
come hang out at everybody's little thing. All right, that's not what that's what she's asking. It's pretty.
Like going
Oh.
into our rooms.
Yeah, she wants to hang out. Like I have the saloon, you have the whatever. Like you know,
Oh,
she wants to
it's
hang out with the
all
other
the-
people.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
May I
all in the
visit your
same place. There's imagine like a house with different
Yes.
rooms.
So
No,
Etel is asking
Tell
if
has
she.
her own thing with her house.
It's
And
really not a
she's
big deal. She
asking-
can come hang out at my saloon.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
my room is just a room, so there's nothing really interesting there.
Okay,
Anyway,
So-
I'm resting.
I have
I'm 1
my
HP.
nanny at my place.
you're all gathered together. You see a little lizard face peek out from Etel's jacket, and it looks up at you,
I'm also
Etel.
gonna rest.
Looks up at the team, and he says, "Ah, it looks like it worked. I
Walker's
helped you."
like, did that lizard just talk?
Yes.
The
What do
lizard
you mean?
nods.
Looks like it worked. What?
When
worked?
did this happen?
Lizard looks up at Etel, looks at Tex, says, "Well, couple of days ago."
You know what? I'm not even going to question it anymore.
But yeah. And you see the lizard
Oh, if you
effectively hold on. You see the lizard effectively blink from Etel's jacket pocket onto the ground and begin like just exploring, scurrying around.
Newt, what are you doing?
Oh, just looking around. If you don't, do you mind?
Far be it
I
for
was
me to.
wondering, like, how are you feeling here?
Has anybody checked this lizard's alignment?
I
I'm
don't
feeling okay.
know how to do that.
What is this place?
Oh, Tex likes to drink whiskey here and smoke cigarillos.
Oh, speaking of, Jimmy, and the bartender hands me a cigarillo.
All right, Jimmy, the ethereal bartender, hands you a cigarillo and lights
You
it for
can
you.
have ice cream here, like this. And the tell imagines ice cream in her hand.
Ice cream appears in your hand.
That's not the establishment though. That's the whole place.
Mhm. The lizard looks
If you
at the
want, I
party.
can pour a little bit of rum on my ice cream.
Yeah, the lizard looks at the party and says, 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the big lizard guy?
Wasn't he always? Wasn't
We
he
didn't
with
take
us?
Sultan with us. We left Sultan in the sandstorm.
Oh,
You didn't play as him.
we need to go back, you mean?
He has his own stone.
True, he has his own stone.
Yeah.
All right.
Send him a message, Elion. Tell him to come back.
Okay. So since I haven't rested, so I'm gonna use my. I still have spell slots available, so I'm gonna cast Send In and send him a message. Say, we're in the pocket dimension. Come in. I said that to.
Does Zeldris have his
Sultan.
stone?
Yes.
I was
Yep.
wondering the same. If he gets in, is there a possibility that the dragon can also enter?
We don't know
Uh,
that. We don't know
if-
yet. We don't know that yet.
you don't know.
But I guess,
But
like,
if
But
he
that's
opens
what
a
I'm
portal,
asking.
guys, I have maybe something that Ninty will not let happen because it would be too awesome.
Hit me.
So I just sent
Alright,
a
hold on,
message
hold on.
to Sultan.
So,
Nothing more.
If Zeldris has his stone, right,
Right.
and if he opens a gate to the pocket dimension where we're at, right,
Right.
couldn't we come out at him if the dragon puts him in his horde, and then we get to fight the dragon in his lair and steal all of his loot?
Yeah.
Yes.
You just figured that
But
out.
you know how it ended. We got our ass beat. We're
I think
not
we
on
could
the
handle it.
dragon's
Not
level.
really. I think we
We're
can
gonna
beat
get
the dragon. Look at us. We're awesome.
Well, if you want to do that, first let's rest.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go to my room. Go to my bed.
Did Sultan
and
come
start
back?
sleeping.
Can you reply to sending?
Yes.
Okay.
25 messages. 25 words. I mean. Sending.
Okay.
That'd be pretty interesting if, like, the upgrade of sending, instead of counting it by 25 words, it was by 25 sentences.
Oh.
That would be too much, I think.
It'd be too powerful.
Or
It
I'm sorry,
should-
not 25 sentences. It was like 25 back and forth messages, so you could have
It
like a
should
whole
be,
conversation with someone.
Should be a trade-off on the base spell, so you can send more, but the chance of it negating that increases.
Oh, that's a good idea too. Like a higher percentage on the D100.
Or if you
But that's
cast it at
only if
higher
you're
levels.
in different planes of existence.
Yeah.
Or maybe a higher chance of interception, or maybe it gets like the wrong recipient.
So a message comes back from Sultan. and he roll a. No, never mind.
It's telepathic, so
Yeah,
even the
We
So
are
we
on
wouldn't-
different planes, though, technically, so you have to roll that percentage.
I did.
Okay.
and it arrived.
So you get a message back from Sultan, and
Hmm.
he sounds a little bit kind of like far away, you know, a little bit distracted. He says, "Yeah, I'll be back in a bit. I think I finally know where my sword is."
He lost his sword?
Yeah,
it was
that
stolen.
was his whole
I'll
thing.
Oh, I thought he had that sword at the campfire.
I'll send another one to him and
He
say,
did have back then he lost it.
Oh.
try to be careful, please. And then I'm gonna go rest.
Tell him the dragon might have his sword.
Too
Don't
late.
ask where.
Oh, right. So everybody settles in for. You guys are gonna do long rest.
Long rest.
Oh, yeah,
For me,
man.
at least.
Oh,
We gotta give the
before
dragon
lo-
time to
before
get
long
sentient
rest,
back to his lair.
Adele wants to talk to Newt.
All right. Everybody hit a long rest while this is happening. Go ahead, Adele.
Newt, what things do you like here? What do you eat?
The
Okay.
lizard looks thoughtful for a minute. He says, I don't feel particularly hungry. What do lizards eat?
I don't know. Let me think. I saw different lizards, including those who
Whoa,
eat.
whoa, 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 whoa. Am I anywhere near this while this is happening?
Yes,
Take your moment.
she deliberately asked to visit your place.
Okay. Do I hear the lizard just ask what lizards eat?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Can I make an insight check or something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Tell us trying to remember what lizards ate on this, this kind of.
Oh my God.
Ate. Okay.
2 plus 8 for a 10 insight.
Is it his? It's not history check. It's not inside.
Nature.
What's it going to be? Nature?
3. You got 3 on a nature check? You remember that lizards eat birds.
Okay. So I
Tex.
think I failed my insight check. I got a 10.
I mean, it's not that hard to know that a talking lizard that doesn't know
So
what it's
after I
supposed to
fail
eat.
my insight check, and after whatever you're about to tell me about the insight, I'm then going to try and roll a survival check to remember what lizards eat.
Well, a failure
Nature.
might mean you're convinced of something else.
Nature check. Nature.
Not that you're missing the
Nature?
answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, it's not survival. Oh, okay. Nature. I have a +0 nature. I got a 7 on the nature check.
You got a 7.
Nature falls under intelligence rather than wisdom.
Yeah. You see that Etel mentions that she thinks that maybe lizards eat birds, and you think about it for a second. You're like, yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
about
the
right.
that's right. That's right. Gila
what he
monsters
got
love
from his
birds, and
insight.
they eat birds and bird eggs.
Yeah. With that insight check, you don't like you. It's how do you read a lizard? Doesn't
I'm
have
sorry to
eyebrows.
tell, I'm not rolling very high today. I guess you about right. The Gila monsters would reckon eating birds and bird eggs.
Lizards? I saw them eating birds. But we also had a friend, Lizard Man. He was eating even a troll. Have you ever tried a piece of troll?
Huh. I have not tried a piece of troll. No. But
Okay, let me imagine a bird for you. Do you like them cooked or raw?
I don't know. Here, let me try.
I know what we will do. Let me imagine the whole table of different things for you. And she imagines table of different things.
and it's table of like lizard size, so it's kind of for him, for Newt.
Oh, wow. The lizard says, "Wow, so many offerings." Oh. And it sits in the middle of the table, and one by one you see things disappearing off the table. Foomp,
How
foomp,
how he's eaten?
foomp, foomp. He's not. He's just sitting in the middle of the table, and things are just foomp, disappearing one after the other. Foomp, foomp, foomp.
How are you doing it?
The lizard looks up at you and says, "What do you mean? I don't know. It's
You
just
eat in strange way. Like, it's like... What exactly you're eating?
everything that you've offered to me."
How
But he
does
keeps
it
eating
taste?
it. Foomp, foomp. Oh, it tastes great. You know, sometimes it's not the offering, it's the intention behind it. And you see the lizard grow in size a little bit. And a couple of little wings pop out. Just tiny little proto wings pop out from its back.
How long do I become suspicious without needing any kind of check?
I
Oh, Newt, you look a
I-
little bit more like a real dragon.
mean, it looks back at its wings and it's like, oh yeah. Kind of flaps them up and down. I'm not sure if I can fly yet, but
I have
kinda
wings
cool.
here too, and I show my wings.
What color is Newt?
oh, pretty. He is a desert lizard, so I'm guessing he's like brown and
Like the color
Yellow.
of sand.
yeah.
I don't think he's a dragon. But what the hell is he? Newt, what are you?
Newt looks up and says, I'm not quite sure yet.
Where did you come from?
From the
Where
desert.
did you go?
Okay. Give me the earliest memory you got.
Okay. Well, I was very, very small. And I could barely think. And then Etel came around. And
That's the earliest memory you have? Is meeting Etel?
Well, there are some memories before that, but they're very cloudy, and I'm not quite sure what to make of them.
Question. All of this is happening before the long rest, right?
Or during it, yeah, sure. Lizard says, I don't know what to make of all of this, and I'm not sure how long it all lasted either.
Question. Is it possible for one to find memories that the person might not remember with detect thoughts?
Here's the limitation. With detect thoughts, you would have to go far enough. You know how it says that the creature is resisting? If the creature is resisting, you have to roll, right?
Yes. But
Sometimes
you could
creatures
tell the
resist
creature-
involuntarily. You know.
true.
So
But
this
there's a possibility that detect thoughts could help with amnesia.
only if you yourself are able to get to those thoughts and
Mhm.
and decipher them.
So it's a matter of a rolling well. It's not like it's impossible.
Mhm.
Like
Basically, if you
So-
get a hard drive with corrupted data, it's still corrupted.
I'm good.
You can
You
get
need
the
to have
hard
the
Yeah.
drive.
information before. You need to have the information before actually
but
Yeah.
attempt this.
it can still be different with the mind. This is not just data.
I would
More
say it is
complicated.
a remote possibility.
Okay, so if this is before long rest, and I hear the conversation since we're all hanging, I want to ask Newt if he would let me try to see if I can help him remember things.
He
I just
kind
say
of
that
tilts his head and says, okay.
This is just. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but there's always a possibility that I could help you remember.
Sure, let's try.
So I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts, and when I'm going, I'll go as you tell me when he needs to save, I guess, because it's a save.
He's like an Asari. It's like, open
I mean,
your mind.
if he's letting me, you tell me when I'm voluntarily, like, his subconscious
Yeah.
is trying to resist.
So the first thing that you feel, as soon as you cast Detect Thoughts, you close your eyes, you focus on the mind of the lizard. It doesn't resist. It is sitting there completely still. And the first thoughts that you notice are good, delicious. Everything is good. Everything is good. So many people. You go deeper. And you get general thoughts of confusion. So all of the questions that were asked of the lizard, it just keeps running through its head and trying to make sense of things. Just trying to answer the questions for itself as well. It seems like it is genuinely thinking about its place in the world, what it is, and what came before. As you go deeper, here's where you encounter a little bit of a resistance.
It's a wisdom 17. That's the save.
Let me roll for you. You encounter something like a sea of thoughts. You remember, you see visions of a desert, and wind, but at the same time, it is absolutely empty. But at the same time, it feels very, very, very crowded, with a lot of little voices just talking over each other. Just little bits of whispers. Some voices are like little and rough, like some voices are like some voices are like but a lot of really little voices. It is empty, and yet it feels crowded. It is sunlight, and at the same time it feels very, very dark. And it feels like it's lasting for a very, very, very long time, but you don't. At the same time, you get a sense of not being able to keep track of time. And then roll another one. You try to go a little bit deeper. You try to go past that. Oh, that is very good. You catch glimpses of lavish palaces, huge shrines, and it all happens. It's very quick. It's like a mishmash. It's a very quick collage of a sequence of images. They're almost still, but it's like a supercut. Tick, 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 tick. There's huge, lavish palaces. There's huge shrines. Tons of people. There's chanting. And there's upbeat, joyous music. And there's some sort of festival. And then there's a war. And that's where that sequence of memories ends.
I'll cut the connection and say there's a lot of things. It's hard to say what I found. I saw. At first, I just heard a lot of voices, like it's very clouded in your mind. But I did manage to find maybe memories. I saw a palace. Very. What's the word? Lavish? You used the word?
Mm-hmm.
And a war. Or what it looked to be a war. Do you feel anything when I tell you that? Does it remind you of something?
The wizard tilts its head, says, yes, I remember something like that too, but... Is that my memory? Or it feels like it happened to someone else.
Is it possible for me to do an Arcana check? To see if there's any magical themes
Sure, roll an Arcana check.
impeding...
Well, may at the same time Etel think about something that she noticed
19.
about the behavior, Newt's behavior.
Sure, tell
Idea,
make a perception check.
idea of offerings and the way she needed to ask for the help reminded her, for example, like how would people speak with some kind of different creatures, I think. What kind of perception?
Yeah. Elion, you do not detect any magical interference. None.
But with the roll, does it bring the...
25.
Is it possible for me to connect the possibility of that this could be someone else's, or there could be more than one mind? Something trouble him?
They don't have enough information to ascertain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last thing I say, well, Neil, if you agree, maybe another time we can try again and see if we can find something else.
Sure. Yes.
For the time being, I think it's best for everyone to rest. And then I'll go back to my room and rest.
All right. Okay. All right, everybody settles in for a nice long rest. I'm gonna wait for Tor to come back in a second here. Everybody has a good
25.
restful sleep. Oh, 25 for... Oh, what were you trying to find out?
Perception.
Perception. Okay.
Yes, it was perception, and especially with what she noticed about offerings, his way to eat, and the way that she had to ask for the help. Like, she has suspicion that he might be some sort of creatures which are huge.
Like a genie?
She was she was thinking about might be like she knows that one day she's going to be a dragon, and he's a little creature for now too. So probably he's going to be some kind of different creature. Or like, would she be able to guess?
Unfortunately,
Who likes
you are
offerings?
unable to make a guess.
Asking for help, and
You don't have enough information for that, I would say, just yet.
but 25 perception.
Yeah, but the 25 perception, you know, you're just looking at the lizard while Elion's talking to it, while it's, you know, consuming your offerings. And you do notice that when you look into its eyes, they look uncharacteristically deep. Like when you look up at the night sky. Yeah. They're very small, but very deep. Anyways, so
Would she be
How-
able to, like, if she would think about magical creatures, and like not only magical but magical and divine things, would she be able to percept something like
perceive.
this creature, perceive that this creature, like understand, like with Arcana check, if this creature or religion check, if this creature has any kind of divine nature in it.
You fall asleep thinking about this. Roll an Arcana check. You think about this before falling asleep and as you're sleeping. Very thoughtful sleep. Tor, as you are sleeping,
26.
you are not having a dream.
Okay. Is that
When
unusual?
suddenly a dream just slowly fades into view. The sound fades in, and you are in a sandstorm. And you're walking through the sandstorm, and you're not quite sure where you're walking. But you feel okay about it. You know, you're just going for a nice walk through a sandstorm. Can't see further than 5 feet. You know, everything is sticking to you. You're just... and suddenly a building comes into view. And you recognize it as the Troll Skull Tavern. And you think to yourself, oh, there's the tavern. And you open the doors. And you walk inside. And you grab a newspaper. You grab a drink from the bartender. You sit down at a table. There's some patrons there. You know, just like the regular breakfast crowd. Someone who's fallen asleep and is still there as well.
Mhm.
And
Seem
it's
like morning time or evening?
it's very difficult to tell.
Clientele doesn't really change throughout the day.
Yeah. Anyway, in your dream, that's kind of not that important to you. You don't think about that in your dream for some reason.
Okay.
You're not compelled. You know how dreams can be sometimes.
You take it for granted.
Yeah, just like the weirdest shit is happening, and you're like, oh, okay.
Hmm.
So you're sitting there. You open the newspaper and you're reading something. You can't really make out what it is that's in the newspaper. It's very interesting though. Very interesting. And then at one point, all of the sound stops, and you put down your newspaper, and you look around, and instead of the patrons, in every single seat that a patron was sitting, there is now, remember those blue triangles? Pyramid-y things? They're just hanging there in the air. And as you look at them, they kind of turn one of their faces towards you. It's like they turn towards you.
Are these the pyramid things that attacked us, or the pyramid things that teleported us?
They look identical.
Oh, it's both. Okay.
Yeah, they look identical. And there's one big one.
It's not my pyramid thing. It's the fucking little pyramid thing that attacked us just before the wave.
They're the same.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, they're the same shape and they're the same color, everything. There's one big one in the center of the room. You stand up. You walk up to it. And you look at its surface. And suddenly you're looking into a familiar environment. It's water. It's very deep, deep, deep water. And in that water, in that murkiness, you begin to make out the faces of those you had once lost a long time ago.
Right.
You
Does it
grab.
feel, like, what's the feeling like? Does it feel normal every day, or is it like chilling?
You're suddenly overcome by a sense of longing
Mhm.
and anger. You grab the pyramid, you twist it this way and that, you're looking into its murky depths, and you take out your ardent sensor
Mhm.
and you start smashing it. And you smash it and you smash it, trying to break through the surface that's separating you.
Right.
Until cracks appear. Then the cracks grow out like spidey veins. You hit it a couple of more times. The surface shatters. Everything around you shatters. And you wake up. All right. Etel, what was that Arcana check?
I think it was 26.
25?
Yes.
25.
No,
I
25
think,
was 25 was perception. 26
Okay.
was
All right.
18 plus 8.
All right. So, you can rule a few things out. Okay? You rule out it being some sort of demon that decided to inhabit a lizard. Okay? You rule out it being a devil. And you rule out it being a djinn.
1 second. So, demon, devil,
Jinn.
Djinn.
There is one thing that I would really hope it's not.
Tonic.
A baby Bahir. No, it's not enough legs.
Anyway, those
But they're smart
are
enough.
the things you managed to.
why like
out.
just in case what like according to what like which parts of what I perceived.
Which parts of what you perceive?
Yes, like if it's like what suggests me to the new to be demon, devil, or jinn? Like what looks like them? Everything, or like what? How?
You gathered that those are not things.
I don't want to go into details because I'm a little murky on the details myself. But let's just say with your and the ambiguity of your knowledge, that is that
Like there is
that
no
is the
chance
role
for this
that-
creature to be a celestial or a good one.
a celestial or a good one. I don't know. You don't know. You can roll out devil, demon, and jinn. That's all we know. That's all you know. All right. So everybody is fully rested, waking up in the morning. And what would you like to do?
After breakfast, I want to experiment with the crystal dust.
All right.
I'd like
I
to
have-
aid him with his experiments.
I thought I had, yeah. So I shared my after we joined last night. I assume I shared what Ryder told me. I think I have a solid crystal,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I'm gonna try to powder it, or at least part of it, using the tools of this this weird ass fucking realm. We have the
I would
matter
like-
now, and I'm gonna try to like.
If I'm helping him with these experiments, I'd like to ask him. I'd go up to Tor and I'd say, Tor, after he tells me about this, I say, Tor, what if we tried in front of the portal to the way back? Maybe it'll try to flow through the portal.
I expect it's not gonna work here because we're in a different dimension. I just want to see if it does work at all.
Okay. I would lay a cloth on the ground under where he tries to do it, so we can try and collect any dust if it doesn't move.
So,
I actually have a different idea. Okay, continue.
I think Gareth made the tools for you to break the dust down. I don't know if he... I know he made a special mortar and pestle that was he magically imbued to be hard enough to actually break the stuff down. I think he gave it to you. I think I meant for him to give it to you.
Okay.
So you should have that. You do have the ability to break it down.
Do we have... It's a weird one. Do we have... well, first of all, I make a few, like, grams of powdered crystal. Whatever that will take.
Mm-hmm.
We make some. Do we have a sand clock?
A sand clock. You do not, but you can imagine one.
Well, no, because I need it to be physical and outside this place.
You do not.
Instead of a
Ooh,
sand
I see
clock,
where you're going with this.
I want to have like alchemist tools, like flasks or some shit.
This is a good idea.
Does anybody have alchemy tools?
I basically want to make a sand clock with the powder
Yeah.
inside it, so that
We can get Elion to create a flame to heat and join the glass together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Let's
we
do it
recruit-
this way. Who's going to be putting it together? Let's say you find a couple of empty potion bottles that you've been lugging around, and you're gonna try to do the joining. Who's going to be doing the handiwork? Because heating
say it
stuff up
should be-
is
I say it
easy
should
enough.
be.
You can imagine a flame that
Is it dexterity based? I mean, we have the matter, right? So we can modify the matter in the way that way.
Because I assume it'll be intelligence checks. I think it should be Elion and him.
my intelligence is not the highest.
Okay. So we would need you can use the spellcasting ability, right? Whatever spellcasting ability you
Well,
want.
what he wants to do is he
I
wants
thought
to
we can
fill
modify
one
matter.
of the beakers with dust and heat them
Yep.
with Elion's flame and
Yeah.
join them into
Well,
like
hold on.
an
We might not
hourglass.
need to.
So this
from,
is
from what I understood about this realm is as long as we have the matter, we can alter the matter using our minds.
yeah. So this is what it's going to take. It's going to take one person. It's going to take one person holding the stuff together and actually joining them together, and Elion using, or anyone else using their spellcasting ability in order to create the flame. It's up
Right.
to you
But
who.
why do you need to use the spell to create the flame if you can just use your brain to float
Can you
these
imagine?
glasses
Or you
in,
need
in the air and
magical
modify that
essence.
matter?
To
Like, I just want to use my mind to modify matter, basically.
All right, you can do that as well. It's just using the spellcasting ability because you already
Would
know how
help,
spells
okay.
work. It would be easier, but you
Yeah,
can.
yeah, let's do that. So, so one of us makes a heat source, and then I think the other person shapes the glass using their mind.
I have a question. In this plane, in this pocket dimension, can you alter spells more easily?
You can use those that you never had. It flew.
That's different.
And
It
she summons
depends.
ice cream.
It depends.
example,
It depends.
Can
Hold
I,
on, hold on.
for,
Let's
for a source
do.
of
Let's.
fire, can
let-
you use firebolt and just make it more intense and focused than just have it pew pew pew?
Here. And I'll tell you exactly what happens. So, Hamil, you want to use your mind to shape stuff, okay?
So yeah, I'm gonna hold it together with my hands, but since it seems like you can use your mind to actually alter matter, I'm gonna try to actually do. I feel
Alright.
like that would work better than using tools. So, yeah.
Okay.
Ah,
So, Tor, give me an intelligence check, and Elion, give me spellcasting abilities, your charisma. Go
Yes.
ahead and give me a charisma check.
At 26, that was a crit.
All right. And it's a crit.
11.
11.
I didn't roll too good.
Okay.
Oh, I do have inspiration. Should I use it for this?
You
Nah.
can. No? Okay. All right.
11.
11. So, Tor, you're holding the open the mouth of the bottles together. The sand is already in. The powder is already in one of them. And Elion, you are imagining trying to take Firebolt and modifying it and imagining it into like a very precise and constant jet of flame, and it kind of works, but it like sputters all over the place. It's like, and sometimes it's like crooked and it doesn't go the other way, but it is sufficient enough to heat the glass to a point that it melts. And with Camille's critical intelligence check, you not only shape the unevenly heated glass, you manage to work it out so that it looks nice and smooth down the center.
Yeah, like a pinhole hole.
Yeah,
Middle
it
area.
is.
has a question. Like,
It's
Whoa.
artisanal. It is a very elegant, symmetrical shape, and it's just the right size of hole that you were aiming for, and it's an immaculate job.
I always aim for holes.
I'm pretty sure that Attila is watching it. Once, like, by any chance, does Tex has any kind of unlit cigarette in like in his hands or something? Tex?
I always have one
Good.
on my bandolier.
So, Attila looks at what's going on there. She makes this with her fingers and tries to make little fire like from lighter, and bring it to Tex, and she's like, interesting place.
Yeah.
It worked.
I take a puff and he says, I think this is a pretty good idea, Tor. I wouldn't have thought of that, but I see where you're going with it.
Well, see
Alright.
if it works.
You
I wanna
flip
try it
the
out.
you flip
Yeah.
the glass, the sand goes straight down.
Oh, fuck.
No. I thought it's not gonna work here. I want to further modify. First of all, I want to add like an opening hole to, like, you know how sandcloaks have place to like add more sand or remove. And also in both of the cylinders, just below the neck, I want to make 2 like blowholes. You can actually have air moving through it, but above the actual surface of the sand. So just as it's falling down, it can interact with the wind.
Okay.
If
Roll
possible,
another.
like if we have any kind of material, I want to like put a filter so the actual particles don't get out of the blowholes. But
All right.
further.
We're gonna say with that intelligence check, you managed to do everything. You take some cloth and you wrap the holes. You shake it around to make sure the sand doesn't go, the dust doesn't go through the cloth that you wrapped it in.
Mhm.
You find a little piece of cork. You make a hole on the top, plug it, so you can take the powder in and out. Easy enough.
Right.
Like you got the.
Any
you
change
got
with
thing in
the direction with the wind? Like if I just blow wind into it.
Yeah, you
just-
unwrap it, you flip it upside down, you blow, it goes straight down.
It just doesn't interact sound with wind at all.
Yeah.
With air. Nice. Sick. All right.
Okay. All right.
I mean, essentially, you've created a magical item here.
Yes.
Or a
Correct.
magical item detector, at least. Or a wondrous item, at least.
specialty piece of equipment. So,
We can make our own startup and sell these.
is
I
there
think you should get some EXP for that.
anything else you would like to do? I'm actually gonna hit Tor with an inspiration. Bada boom. Is there anything else you would like to do before heading back into the desert?
Okay. First, I'll tell Trix. Was yesterday your idea just a crazy thought? Or do you really want to try and go to the Dragon's Lair?
But, Elion, think of Zeldris, but more importantly, think of the gold.
Of course, you would say the goal is more important. Still, I'll send a message.
I tell you're muted.
I'll send a message to Zeldris and cast sending and say, "Are you alright? Is there a way that you could try and get into the portable, into the pocket dimension? Are you alone?" And you say that.
Zeldris answers, that's all one word. Just a very long one. Things are a little bit complicated here right now. I'm fine, don't worry about me.
I'll
Just do your thing.
Fucking the dragon.
And I'll see you. I'll see you when I see you guys. Bye.
Okay.
He sound out of
He's
breath.
busy. He doesn't sound in any
Question.
Obviously, it's
Yeah.
Stockholm syndrome.
Already?
Already.
There is another possibility. We know.
Zeldris is very influential. Or very
We
easily
know
influenced.
examples. Donkey from Shrek.
Does that film
He's
exist
making
in
waffles.
D&D?
Donkey! Oh.
Okay. So, what I'm gonna do
Donkey.
is say, do you think the sandstorm has subsided? Is there a way that we can see without actually leaving the pocket dimension?
I mean, I
Trying.
don't think.
You have a
I
window?
don't think even if the sandstorm's there, I mean, time's a wasting.
True.
I'm
gonna leave the fucking dimension.
Text door, like something. I have a question. Like, I guess Alien wouldn't like my question, and he might get a little bit nervous about it. May I ask you guys?
Yeah, sure.
Like,
But he's getting blown about by sand, so let's not dally too long. But what you need?
if, for example, something is like for some reason a demon or devil or jinn decides to like live for a while in a creature, is it very bad to bring it or carry it around?
Look,
It's
just
not
don't
bad.
sign any contracts. Don't make any wishes without clear intention, and make sure you always wear protection. Attell, now we gotta go. Just did you bring your lizard?
Yes.
All right. Remember,
Well,
no
my
contracts.
lizard it's absolutely fine. Like, no big
All right.
deal.
No contracts and no casual. I wish I could do this or that. And don't sign anything with blood and wear protection. Now let's go.
Well, what kind of protection?
Magical kind, of course. Protection from good and evil at all times. Which by the way, I reach out and I cast it on her, and then I'm like, all right, let's go.
You hand her a packet of
Thank
magic
you.
condoms.
Yeah,
that's exactly
I
what
reach out. I reach out and I cast protection from good and evil on her.
Stay safe out there.
How would they say it in Harry Potter? Condomus magicus.
Capsulatus.
That's
That's it. In this moment, I will try. I will call them a protection of good and evil.
all right. So, I guess somebody activates their keystone, leaving us free.
Well, Alien already did, so it's open.
Yeah,
yeah.
Elion's just been waiting in the sandstorm.
How does that work, by the way? So, like, it just stays open? Do you have to command it to close?
It's the same way as the teleport spell. It's 6
Oh, just
seconds.
for 6 seconds?
One turn. One turn. All right. Everybody hops through. You are in the desert. You're not able to tell whether you are in the same place or not
We
at
have to-
first because the landscape has changed. However, you look around this way and that, and you're like, oh yeah, this rock was here, that's sticking out, and then there's that rock.
And there's
those-
Dwayne.
There's
And
rocks
here
still
are those
sticking out.
two strange ropes with nostrils, okay?
Where's Dwayne? Oh,
Yeah.
there he is.
So, you are where you are on the map, right here. Where would you like to go?
I would attempt my ad hoc compass bullshit at this point.
Okay. As you basically unfurl the cloth,
Mhm.
and you open up. So you open up the holes. You flip it upside down, and there's not a lot of wind happening right now.
Okay. But there's still
Does it
dust
help if I
But-
cast glass?
But you do notice that as the dust trickles, it slightly wafts over into the direction that is not the wind.
Okay. Sick. I mark it. I mark that direction. And
Lead us, Holy One.
Hold on. And what I do is I reset it. So like I flip it upside down again so all the sand is in. And then I like turn it and move to a different location. And do it again and see if it points to the same direction.
It does.
Okay, cool. Just counting for bias.
I
Alright.
start. Do you think that is pointing to where we should go?
Where does it point? Yeah, what is the direction?
It is pointing roughly where you should be going. Let me move things around real
Oh, we
quick.
don't really know where we are either because I don't have a map.
What do you mean you do?
It's just a little northwest, basically.
Yeah, northwest.
Yes, it's pointing like if it's pointing more like over here-ish.
Oh, okay. So not to the actual.
Like in this direction.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I say,
Okay.
do
like that.
you think it's? Do you
Yeah,
think
yeah.
it's? Do you think
Totally
it's,
leading to that grassy patch.
It's possible that what
worth
we are
it
trying to
going
find
there?
also moves.
Can you
At the
scroll up
time-
and to the left?
So in the time that we
Could be.
were traveling, it also moved.
True.
I mean, do
Up
you
and to the
guys
left.
think it's worth it to follow it?
You can see the map. You can
Maybe
scroll the
on the-
map yourself. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's totally going to that green patch.
It feels like it is.
Yeah.
Maybe we should follow it.
How long is
Maybe
one
we
tile
should
again?
go.
One tile is 48 miles.
Do we have a compass?
Yes, going from one tile to another is 48 miles.
I think we established we could do a tile and a half a day.
48. Yeah.
Etelka
Kimberly?
thinks about it
So-
and she quietly asks Newt. Like, actually, mentally asks Newt. So nobody else here. Newt,
Yeah.
Seems like he should be.
What do you
around
think?
us.
if, for example, like you already once helped me magically, if we would need to go to our destination through the desert safely, would you be able to help us magically too or not? Like, are you powerful enough to do it? What do you feel?
Newt considers this. And he says, well, we could try. Yeah,
How fast it's gonna be? What do you think?
but we'll need some help. We'll need to get your friends on board.
And we will all
It's a
need
pyramid scheme.
Yeah, but I understand we all will need to go. But like, how it will work? Like, what are the rules
Okay.
in this case?
So. Well, I don't know, but you have to make it special. It has to. It has to be. You have to say something like, "Oh, Newt, you're so great. Help us find our way." And then you have to do something special that you never do ever. And if your friends have to be there with you as well.
I have an idea what I've never done. I heard about it in Undermountain.
Wait 1 second. Pause. Put a pin in that. DM.
Yeah.
While she's interacting with you, I want to clarify that I really did cast Protection from Good and Evil on her, so just in case anything is happening behind the scenes, I want you to be aware of the effects.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so let me just pull that up here. So I did have to pick a certain type, so I'm making a gamble here, since it's not a Djinn, Devil, or Fiend. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Not 1 second. You said not demon
Not.
devil.
Not devil, not
Yes,
demon, not
not
Djinn.
demon, not Jinn,
Okay,
not
so-
devil.
I'm going to pick. I don't think it's Celestial, so I'm going to pick Elemental.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I doubt it's an Elemental either, but I don't think it's a Fae or an Aberration.
Mm-hmm.
So, she cannot be charmed. The only effect that I have to pick the type of creature is that creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against her. But for all creatures, she can't be charmed by them, she can't be frightened or possessed by them. And if she's already charmed, frightened, or possessed, then she has an advantage on any new saving throw against the relevant effect.
Mm-hmm.
So mainly I'm worried about her being charmed. So if that is happening behind the scenes, I just wanted you to be aware.
Okay.
Alright, now Attell, sorry for interrupting.
Guys, Newt probably would be able to help if we will ask him kind of like he's not sure, but he has a sensation that if we will ask him like tell him something nice and then do something special that like I know what I've never done before. I already talked about it. I learned many types of dances, but I've never tried to be a stripper. Do anyone else?
It was a dark time for me.
Help with what?
I had just gotten out of the conclave on my own and I needed money.
Yeah. That's how you got through Ranger College, right?
Yeah. It's the only thing I could work nights and still have enough energy the next day to hunt down planar enemies.
So I found what is special, like that I've never done before. Like,
Newt-
would it be a good
Newt
idea to
clarifies. Newt clarifies. Yes, but if it's a dance that other people do, yours has to be special. Yours has to be not nothing like theirs.
Oh, I've never seen how they do it. I just heard them. What is the goal of it?
Okay, I guess we could try. So you gather everybody around Elion Tor.
Hold on. Why do
oh,
we
yeah.
need to do this?
Newt can bring us faster to the point where we are going. Somehow.
You can
Magic.
make us travel faster than we travel by
Yes.
foot.
Yes. magically. Newt helped me to find everyone.
What are we supposed to tell him, like a secret or something? And then he turns to the newt and he says, "They used to call me the Texas Longbow. I don't tell anybody that."
Newt doesn't exactly know how it works.
That was my stripper name.
But like, if you have better idea of what you didn't do like in your life and what is special, because dancing are special for me. They saved my life. Like while I was dancing, other people were robbing other people, and everything was fine.
All right. So do you?
It has to be. Thor turns to Newt and says, "So it has to be a collective activity that is unique to the situation and is not something that people usually do. And the uniqueness of it is what brings value to your abilities."
The lizard nods.
I'm confused.
All
You
right.
know, I've never had a picnic in the desert.
Okay.
What is something that you've never done and that might be special for you?
Have you had a picnic in the desert?
The lizard shakes its head. No.
I don't think any of us had any picnics in the desert.
Yeah.
Okay, in this point, I will just dance dressed without undressing.
Okay. So, you guys set up.
Mm-hmm.
The lizard kind of you're in the semicircle. The lizard is in the middle of this semicircle, like at the head. He steps away a little bit. Tor folds out a ration on a blanket, starts eating it, and it's Al.
But I said it has to be a collective activity. That we all had to do something together. Not like each one of us was unique.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, we pretty much sit and make picnic, like little, like.
Yeah, all of us have to do it. All has to do this one activity.
It's Al. Roll a performance check and describe your dance.
Dinner and
She's dancing and she's singing. Oh, Newt, you are so great. You are very nice. Performance. And it's kind of,
be right back.
it's
Mm-hmm.
14. And her dance is pretty much a very simple gypsy dance with like this kind of moves. And she's like, and she's using her skirt to dance, and Tia is dancing with her. Like she's like running through her shoulders and.
Very cool. It's a pretty good dance. You haven't done it in a while. You haven't danced like that in a long while, but you remember the moves, and it does come together. It's not your best performance. You feel like you could do better if you warm up a little, and if you actually practice at least once a week. But it works out. It works out. The lizard begins to glow a golden light. Okay? And it takes a deep breath in. It says. And it looks at you. It looks at Tor, Etel, Elion, Tex, one by one. And says, the next day's travel will be a quick one. and then it stops glowing.
You change in size again?
No, did not change the size, but its wings got a little bit bigger. Yeah.
Now, just to make sure, would it again fit into Etel's hood, or it's too big for it now?
Yeah, it'll still fit. It goes poof, and it blinks itself into your hood.
So let's go. I guess it looked like it worked.
Before we go, I want to augment my direction thing. Do I have a compass?
I don't think there is a compass per se where you can tell the directions based on sun, stars, whatever.
Keen mind gives you the ability to always know which way north is.
I want to be able to mark the direction that it is right now, the best I could, just to fix it.
Yeah,
Right,
make
so- Sure.
make a survival check.
Okay, I got a 25. It's another crit.
25.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. So yeah, you managed to do complex calculations in your mind.
Take out my sextant.
Exactly. Bing bang boom. You know exactly. You know exactly
Alright.
where it's pointing.
I mark it like I just notch it. So I just basically just notch north and the direction of the sand on the class, kind of.
Okay. All right.
And we.
So you begin moving, and right away, before you even pull the hole out, before you even do the mammoth method, you do walk for about an hour on foot to test your travel speed, and you manage to somehow cover a lot of ground. Like you're traveling about 2 times faster than you should be on foot. You don't know exactly how it's happening, or what the fuck is going on, but you know, the miles are just slipping underneath your feet. Do you want to continue traveling on foot, or do you want to do the hole and the mammoth method?
Does it seem like it matters? So, like, would the mammoth be even faster, or is this magical travel just to cover ground? Whatever method we use.
Well, let's say you test it out. Everybody
Yeah,
gets in the hole, Tex
almost
spots you in
done.
his pocket, and starts hauling ass across the desert. Even with you in the hole in the pocket, he's hauling ass twice faster than he normally would be.
Okay.
2 times as much ass is hauled.
Cool.
Yeah.
See.
So you keep going with the mammoth and haul method, and during the day's travel, nothing crazy happens at all.
Is that also also weird?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very deserty. It's very empty. You keep looking out. Tex, you no longer see that distant flying object that would pop in and out of view. You no longer see that on the horizon as you crest the dunes. Yeah, you don't see a single soul. You see some animal tracks at one point. But you don't know what animal it is. And you just keep walking. In that one day, you actually managed to go... Oh, wait. I can't move it through this window. I can only move it through this window. You actually managed to kill something like 50 miles.
She.
So you pretty much skip a tile. Right there.
Oh. Can I check the direction of the sand again?
Yes, you're still heading in the same
Same.
direction.
Okay.
Yeah, it has
While
not
we were
changed.
walking, could I have tried to parallax it? So instead of going directly toward the direction that we have, I wanted to like take a few miles diagonally to the right or left and see if it parallaxes, if the direction changes, if we're getting close to it or not. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I absolutely respect trying to do that. Is that something that people of this world would be able to like I can respect you being very intelligent, but
I mean, you can make me.
is that common knowledge?
I can. That parallax is pretty common knowledge.
yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Optics. Yeah, that's how sextants work. Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can roll an int check to see if I land there.
I mean, if that's how sextants work, I completely forgot about that. I guess
Yeah.
Hold on, I
sextants
haven't.
came a lot before compasses, right?
I
So-
hadn't thunk of you doing that, so I'm trying to
Oh,
trying to figure out if
quick trig.
if the difference would be noticeable to the naked eye, depending on how far it is.
Quick trigonometry.
How much earlier than compasses were sextants? Because he said compasses were in a thing, but
We didn't just. I think we just didn't have one.
Yeah.
They're not a thing. Yeah.
holy shit, yo,
So
that is a large spider.
it does
Where?
move a tiny little bit.
Oh,
It does move a tiny little bit.
cool.
You are unable. You don't have enough data to ascertain
Yeah,
how
too
far.
much uncertainty, definitely.
Yeah,
Alright.
but it feels like you are somewhere near.
Cool. Yeah, we're getting closer. Nice.
Yeah.
Sick.
Okay. Somebody uses a keystone.
Okay.
Let's say who wants to use their keystone?
Don't all yours your hand.
Teacher, me.
Okay.
Always mine.
All right. Well, let's have Tex use his this time. Boom.
How fast are
Take-
we were walking? Like how?
Twice
did
as
you-
fast. And with the mammoth and walker method, you basically did 2 days travel in one day. If it compared to a regular party, you did about 3 days travel in one day.
Did you
Mammoth
use my
and
spell
walker,
slots?
like
Oh, for the mammoth, I didn't. But we'll assume that you used.
How many times did we travel as a mammoth?
Oh.
like the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well,
maximum.
if we did it over one day, in one day you can cast it 2 times because what? It's 4. How many hours do we travel?
Regular amount of hours, 8 hours of travel.
All right, so if we did 4, you used 2. You wouldn't even have. I could have done tireless, and you wouldn't have even had to have done that. I could have just did it the whole time.
Well,
Sure.
I just when I got here, you were gonna rest, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to save you the spell slots. Tireless for
Doesn't
me
matter
is no
because
big
we're
deal to get rid
gonna
of.
long rest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if we run into anything. And tireless for me is like a free resource. Like,
Okay.
I
So
don't
I
mind.
mean, like, so you walking when you walking like how much faster than a regular person?
well, the thing is that I can keep going for a long, long time, and I'm not impeded by difficult terrain of any kind,
Yeah.
including sand.
So
Guys, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We
Let's
figured
not
this
worry
out,
about it.
and we spent quite a lot of time figuring this out in the previous
Yeah,
session.
yeah.
You know, if you were regular people without any shenanigans, just walking, you'd be doing 1 tile per 2
I just
days
want to know
with
if
your
I'm
method.
my spells now.
Okay.
How many?
Don't worry about it. With your speed, you're walking 1 tile per day. With this thing that the lizard did, you're doing twice as fast, so you cover 2
Oh.
tiles. Don't worry
two
about
tiles.
Cool.
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah. Easy peasy.
Oh,
Worry about it.
So, you
thank you, Newt. Thank
Um,
you, what?
Newt says, "You're welcome, anytime." And Tex uses his keystone. You pop into your pocket dimension, and
Before resting,
yeah,
I want to try to do another session with Newt, if it's possible, to see if maybe we can find more about his forgotten memories.
so you sit down with you call Newt, and you say, you know, that's what you would like to do. Newt complies, and he sits there in front of you, expectantly. You cast Detect Thoughts. The first layer is pretty much the same as it was before.
Mm-hmm.
And now the Newt is a little bit more preoccupied with studying the creatures around him. He's studying you right now. He's like, oh, what's this guy doing? What are his abilities? And what's his deal? And I wonder what he's thinking about.
You
And
can ask me.
Mm,
It seems like he's reacting to his ego being stroked. There's this amount of attention to him affecting his physical size.
maybe. As you probe deeper, somehow you're today unable to focus, unable to get in there. You're thinking about a whole bunch of things that you discovered last time, and you're trying to pinpoint those, and it's somehow layering over what the lizard is thinking. It's not really resisting. But there seems to be some just noise,
Mhm.
and you're unable to make out anything useful.
Okay.
Adele says, "Oh, Newt. By the way, you said you liked offerings. You called food offerings last time. I think you will like something special that I like." And she pops up she imagines, and there is pops up a portion of ice cream 5 times bigger than the regular one, with nuts and with syrup, and there are some vanilla, chocolate, like different types of ice cream. Right.
Oh, Newt says, "Wow. You know what will
And
work
the
even better?
tastiest food. What?
If you put it on a special thing.
Special thing?
Yes. Like if you, for
Adele,
example,
who's
if you put it on the ground, but before putting it on the ground, you draw something on the ground. Just draw something special.
Adele thinks, and about something special.
Yeah, just a thing. Just could be a squiggle, couple of lines, or a simple, just one
And
simple thing.
She imagines. She imagines the most special sign for her that she ever had, the bubble in the swamp, and she's thinking about this bubble. And what happens is, from the ground there is like moth that appears, and kind of imitation of little bit of this kind of swamp and bubble, but it's also dry and cozy. Like this, or actually drawing? It's
This
part
could work.
kind of.
You place the ice cream. You place the ice cream there. And here's what happens next. The lizard says, "Oh, I like it. I like it very much." And it inhales, begins glowing gold. That big portion of ice cream disappears. Whoomp. The little lizard stands on 2 of its hind legs, stretches its neck out, up, inhales, and you see on its chest is a circle with curly things that you guess are supposed to represent moss. This
Oh,
thing
nipples.
just appears on its chest and becomes etched into it.
You made moss nipples.
Yes, moss nipples. Exactly. As that happens, The lizard does grow in size a little bit. Its tail gets a little bit longer. Its little wings get a little bit bigger. And
You know, you look like something that would probably I would look like if I will stay longer in my bubble. And the tell imagines like a regular portion of ice cream in her hand.
wow. Thank you. That felt
I
good.
always try to be the full size of my kind. You know,
Mm.
it just blow up too fast. Little bit. One day I will get one.
One day, maybe I can even help.
Really? Yeah, my mom said that like it's a matter of time.
Hmm?
We're taking a long rest, right?
Yes.
Ah.
Go ahead and
I'll
take a
take-
long rest. Yeah. Okay. So, everybody has a long rest. Nice restful sleep. You wake up in the morning. And you set out into the desert once more. Tor, you check the device. It's
The
still
device.
pointing in the same direction.
Okay.
And you begin walking. The no, you just begin walking. Yeah.
We don't
Regular
try
speed or
to.
like not any buffs from Newt.
Yeah, do we want
Is-
to try it again? Can
Do we
have
want
a
Or
different
was the
picnic.
thing permanent?
You could try to get some buffs from Newt, yeah.
Everyone is agree that we like it.
Well, we gotta do something we ain't never done before. We can't have a picnic this time.
Newt actually raises his head. Actually, you have to do it exactly the same way you did it
As last time,
the first time, yes.
yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Why is that?
Well, we fixed this connection between speed buff and our activity.
Well, what if there was like other buffs we could have accessed?
That would require a new activity, I assume, right?
Newt, can you
I found-
teleport us where we need to go?
So, like, right now, a picnic
Um,
equals extra speed, which, thank you, by the way, Newt, that was pretty good. But what could something like a group yoga session achieve?
Yo,
Group
what?
What?
It is an art that I learned upon the plains of the Outlands that an ancient monk order taught me a little bit of. I am but an amateur.
Strange and
Sounds
ancient
like
sexual
some-
practice.
Sounds
Did
like some hippie
did
bullshit.
Newt hear me?
Newt did hear you.
It does
Um,
look very sexual all the time.
Mm. Yeah.
Hippie bullshit.
And Newt heard you and he said, well, I can't teleport you. I don't think that's very hard. I'd need more people for that. But what else can I do? A group yo session. You get into different poses in it, right? I guess. I mean, it's whatever you ask for. What do you want? I'll see what I can do.
Well, I mean, when you have so many options. Wait, hold on. This is smacking of geniehood. Are you sure you're not some form of Jinn?
I don't think
Interesting.
so.
No Jinn, no Ifrit, no.
No.
I speak in various primordial languages and see if he understands me. I speak all 4 dialects.
He nods and he answers back in every single one of them.
Ted looks at him and he's like, And she says in Draconic, "Oh, you are so smart. Where did you learn those languages?"
And he replies in Draconic, says, I'm not sure. Is there a big difference between them?
Well, technically all four of mine were primordial, but typically there's, different dialects from where you come from, and honestly, Newt, I can't figure you out.
I think he just speaks every kind of language of the creature that probably would. And she stops for a second and she wants to roll religion check because she wants to say word worship, Newt. Worship? Is it proper? Correct word?
I guess.
That's good enough.
Okay. Oh. Religion. It's 19 total. Like, it's 19 plus 0.
So you say the word worship, and what are you trying to find out?
Like, before it's like religion check before word worship to see if it's correct word.
Like that's what she was about to say.
If that is exact, if this is exactly like what would describe what Newt actually needs for making miracles or making his magic.
What's your religion check?
19.
19. Okay. So
Followers?
in your mind, you kind of review the different things you've had to do over the last couple of days. And in a lot of ways, it's very similar to worship, yes. So you've done offerings, like sacrificial offerings of food. You've pretty much said prayers asking for blessings. And you had a little ritual for a blessing, essentially.
Wait, who's been praying to Newt?
This is very, very reminiscent. What you've been doing is along the lines of worshipping something or someone, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it was celestial after all.
You could worship a fae.
True.
But we're
He
getting
don't really
off track.
smack a fae. Fae don't really like deserts as far as I know.
Newt, is it possible that if we do the same ritual, you can get us to where we want to faster? Like
It's
you did last
almost
time?
guaranteed.
We'll
But-
have to explore what else he can do later. I
But
guess
you
we'll
have
go
to do
ahead.
it sincerely.
Oh, of course, Newt. We are always sincere when we're breaking bread with a
Why do
close
you
friend.
require these offerings?
Hmm?
Why do you require that we do this ritual?
You
I don't
didn't
know.
ask.
It's just the only way it works. I can't do
Well-
it without.
It never hurts to be on the bad side of a godling, is my policy. So
Do you think you're a god, Newt?
well, let's not find. I don't know.
I think that
Newt
he's a
consider
new one,
this.
probably. Like the baby god. Baby divine creature, probably.
Thinks about this. Says, yes, I guess that's a possibility. If I am a god, then you are my first disciples.
Newt, if I ask you to remember, is that possible? That with your abilities you could remember?
Maybe with time, but right now I don't think I can.
The disciples of Newt. Itel is your
Wow.
prophet.
You have done a lot for us. Okay,
Tell
let's
the
do
prophet
this
of
so we
Newt.
can get there faster. And I I don't know.
Just
what
to
we're gonna
make
do,
sure.
Like,
Like,
did we do what was the previous ritual?
In the desert is something that none of us had saved us from ritual of being of sheep.
Elian is the apostle.
Every time.
So you settle in for the ritual, and it says, "Oh yeah, draw the circle with the moss this time too."
Oh,
On the
okay.
sand.
Hold on. All right. Now I am familiar with. All right. I do know something of rituals and extraplanar beings. When we start drawing circles of power, that's the limit. Okay, Newt. We'll have a nice meal, but we're not drawing a circle.
Okay. I got my circle right
What
here.
do-
It's
what
all
does
good.
it mean?
Hashtag
Circle of
knockout.
power? What do you mean circle of power?
It is a feature of many powerful rituals, including summoning circles.
Oh, it's
Well,
it's just a
what did
drawing
we
that
do?
Etel came up with for me. What do you mean?
Itel, did you come up with a summoning circle?
No,
She
it's just
she
he
just
was
drew
asking about drawing, and I made the drawing something special for me, and I think it's special, so I made it special for Newt.
Yeah, the lizard stands
See,
up
you
on
need
its hind
one.
legs, shows you its chest, and you see a little circle
And it's the present
emblazoned.
chest yesterday. Like I put an ice cream on it.
Ah, well then, my apologies. I got carried away.
Like I will try. I cannot grow moss here because it's not the my dimension. But she actually she's using her paint a little bit, and she tries to make a replica of the drawing that is on like the symbol on Newt's chest on them.
Mhm. You draw it in the sand with your finger. Everybody sits down. Tor has a nice picnic. Etel starts dancing and says, "Oh, great Newt."
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand? No, don't worry about it.
Performance.
But do make a performance check, yes.
$15. One better.
All right. The practice from yesterday has paid off. Your dance is a little bit better. You feel a little bit more limber. You add a couple of extra flourishes. You're feeling yourself. All right. The lizard stands up on its hind feet. The circle in the sand actually glows gold for a little bit, with the frilly bits on the sides. And the lizard says, "Ah, yes. You'll be good for the next day. The next day's travel will be an expedient one." So, you set out on
Minty,
your
is
way.
it possible for me to do I don't know if history or nature or arcana or maybe animal handling to know what this creature could be? Because I haven't done any of those to try to. I thought this was just a talking lizard, but clearly it's much more than just that.
Clearly.
Clearly.
Do a
So
nature check. If you want to find out what
It's a
kind of
nature?
lizard it is. Well,
No. What kind of creature? Not just because it's not a lizard.
well, that's a tough one. So Etel did
Oh,
the
an Arcana check.
Arcana check. She can tell you what it's not. If you do a nature check,
All
that would be
right.
to checking
Right.
what species of lizard it is. Other
What
than
about
that,
history? Is it possible for me to recall what I've learned, what I've read, or anything that there might be any creatures that fits this description?
And we're doing
the
this while
lore.
walking.
yeah, do a history check.
21.
21. Okay. Long ago, there was a lot of stuff going on. And a lot of different magical creatures existed in this desert. You know that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No one's the records from those times are poor, especially if you go like back past the Netherese. You remember a lot of things that are disconnected. Some are folk tales of great lizards living in the desert, but none of the stuff is really matching the behavior of this creature in front of you.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Tell us, if you share the Ellen, would you share this thought to Etel?
I'm just thinking. It's just thinking.
Yeah, but would
So,
you share or some?
Not really, because I'm just wondering what, like, I'm just to myself wondering what could this creature be.
Oh, I was just thinking if I could ask you a question because you know history better than Tom.
Well, I've told you about the events that previously that happened when I was trying to, when I felt that there was magic and everything. I told what I knew. So you would know
mean
that
you read something. Do you know what will happen when you're talking about too much of smart things with Etel? To Etel? Like,
I mean, I've told the group what I know. Beyond that, I don't know.
oh, Ellen, would you remember, like, when you were researching things through the book? Oh, I remember Tex doesn't read too. He was trying to make me read, but Thor likes to read. Probably you remember, like, something from the history, how divine creature, gods, and this kind of things actually forms from the beginning, like if anyone
Nothing
knows,
that could relate to a creature like this.
roll or ask. You just rolled history.
Yeah, he did. I just said it.
I'm telling you what he told me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like nothing like relating to the appearance of gods and divine creatures.
Nothing
how
that
they-
Nothing that could help us discover what this creature is.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Wait, hold on,
in
hold
the
on.
historical
Sultan is
record.
a paladin. Have him detect divinity.
He's not with. Oh, I forgot that. But where is he?
Sultan is not with us.
When I did the sending,
When
did he then later go with us? Later, did he
Sultan?
went
No.
with us,
No,
or
he's,
we never?
he said he's gonna go see his sword.
So we haven't.
He's got a date.
Oh, but
Yeah.
if you did you actually tell it like out loud?
Yeah, he did. That's what he's
Okay.
saying. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I can detect evil and good. And she focuses and
Wait, how can you do that? What are you?
Joe Mama.
my mommy, she's a nymph.
Well, I'm not going to question it, but go ahead and see what you can do.
You would like her.
I
Everyone
think it's
likes
because
her.
she's
If
a
someone
rogue.
doesn't like her, she
with-
can
Oh
be
yeah,
someone doesn't
Attell,
like her.
trust me.
Arcane rogue.
Trust me, Attell, I love nymphs, but I'm just glad you can detect evil and good.
Oh, because I know.
We're doing this while we're walking, right?
Yeah,
I
so
choose
yeah.
I choose to do
I
it.
would like to say that we're doing this while we're
It's a little
resting because I know that we're going to do another 8-hour rest so that we can go ahead and make that faster. So I say that we've already gotten back in the pocket dimension and we're doing this there.
Sure.
True.
Yeah.
Okay,
One activity
I-
at a time.
One,
Before-
actually, a couple of things before that. All right.
Oh, okay then.
So
Something actually happens. I didn't know.
Itzel, you detect evil and good.
Yep.
Okay.
Next 10 minutes, all aberration, celestial, elemental, fae, fiend, or undead within 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
As well as where the creature is located.
Did you take levels in Paladin?
No,
No, she has a feat called Fey Touch.
Ah.
they touch.
Yes. So.
Estelle is she's like very role play focused character in terms of what I choose for her.
One sec, let me find something.
See, watch it actually be useful though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's again happened. He's again not talking to us.
I am talking to you. Okay.
Last time when you stopped talking to me, you tried to kill me in a few minutes.
Okay.
Watch out!
This time I didn't bring any corpses in the purple boxes to the purple store.
Well, you haven't shoot anything, so you're
So
still not dead.
you do not detect anything. There you go. Tor, however, is playing around with his new toy, and he
Perception
noticed.
24, by the way.
Yeah, passive perception 24, and he's actively looking at it. You notice that the direction in which the sand is falling, the drifting, has begun to oscillate.
The direction or
Yeah.
the actual angle at which they fall.
The direction in which it drifts.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah.
What's the period of the oscillation? Like how quickly?
Let's say the previous direction, it lasts there for a longer amount of time, then it snaps to another direction for a second, and then it it goes back.
instantaneous?
Yeah, it goes, and then it stays there steady, and it's like, to somewhere else, and it's like, and it stays there steady
Okay.
for a while.
Does that happen like every second or?
Happens like once every 10 seconds or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we try to do the parallax thing again to see if it's like we got closer to whatever it is?
Yeah, as you're
Just before we
nearing,
ended our day.
yeah, as you're finishing up the day, you do that, and the first direction is much closer than the one
Oh shit!
before.
The one it's steadily pointing, not the
Yeah.
one it switches to. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
Sick.
you use a keystone. You settle in for a long rest. You rest up. And so, did I move your? I didn't move it, did I?
Not the one before, and so you
Boom.
should move it twice.
There we go. I did move it on the one before, right?
No, you didn't.
What?
I haven't seen it.
I must have. Oh yeah, because you were here and then here.
No,
All
you
right.
didn't.
Yep. You're
And that's why
actually
you
here.
needed to move it twice. We were like here. So
Yeah. Okay, this is good. Perfect. Okie dokes. You wake up in the morning to set out into the desert again. Do you do the ritual?
I guess. That's-
Do
Yeah.
we do the ritual?
Yep.
Sure.
Okay. So you set up the picnic, Etel, you do the dance. Do a performance check. The lizard.
I'll help it.
Make it
I'll
one
dance
love.
with her. Can I dance with her?
Get down tonight. Can't.
Yeah.
Don't change the ritual.
Maybe we get more things. Can I do a roll?
Yeah, go for it.
Would Newt say yes?
Fucking
It's,
God.
like,
Newt says, yeah. The more the better.
14.
14? Okay.
again 14.
All right. Elion, you are a natural learner, but you are still learning. So it's a pretty good dance. You follow along with Etel. Etel, your dance is pretty good, but you're also like busy like teaching a little bit, so you're a little bit distracted. And it's a decent dance. Overall, it's a pretty good performance. And the Newt stands on his hind legs. The symbol on his chest begins to glow. The symbol on the sand glows. And it says, the next day's travel will be expedient. Thank you.
Thank you, Newt.
Is he like visibly bigger? because of that?
He's still big, small enough to stay in Etel's hood.
Yeah, he's gotten to a size of a nice iguana. You know what I'm saying? It's no longer a little lizard. It's like, it's a bit more of a chunker.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Because there are two of them, like in her hood, Newt and Tia.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
When
As
we get
you-
to the resting point, I'm gonna do another session with Newt, if he allows.
Okay.
Oh, by the way,
As-
Newt, by any chance, do you know how we can check what's going on with somebody else who is far away from us, if we know them? Like, would you be able to at least show us what's going on there? Or, for example, if you can just check how they're doing and what's going on there.
I could, would have to come up with something for this. How do we? Okay. Well, so you'd have to draw our special drawing, and then you have to do something special again that you don't normally do. And you have to say something like, "Oh, great Newt. You're so great. Can you grant me sight on such and such?"
Do you like my hair? I
I-
can cut a little piece of it.
Okay.
Yeah, like red, but not.
Whoa, Etel, why are you offering pieces of your body to a potential fey creature?
Oh, pieces of my body? I didn't think of it. Thank you for letting me know.
You're
I
welcome. Like I said, remember, always use protection in rituals.
It's just like something pretty that I have. Something special. You know, it might be something very strange, special, but very connected personally to the person that we were going to look at.
Nice.
Like, he likes food, and also he likes to draw penises. We already offered you food.
Okay.
I'm very sorry to tell you. He taught me to draw them on the forehead of people.
Okay. So
Is it okay for you? Like, we need to look what's going on with Zeldris, I guess, because he was brought somewhere with a dragon.
whatever works for you. It just has to be very, very special.
It's like relating to Zeldris. It's very, very special because next time when I was drawing it on the building and we were in trouble, he told me that, like, next time I need to draw it somewhere, only at the places where he can kill everyone to protect me. It's very special.
Okay. So, okay, do it. So, what do? Do you draw a penis in the sand?
Thanks. Yes, she drew it penis on the sand.
All right. You draw a penis in the sand. You pull out some food. And you say, what do you say?
Newt, you're so great. Please, show us what's going on with Zeldris. And if it's possible even to protect him somehow from something bad, it would be great to make him safely come back to us.
All right.
That's very-
Roll a wisdom check as you're saying that.
It's 13.
13. Okay.
Wisdom is not her best thing. She's not a nice prophet. She's not the wisdom one.
So, you close your eyes, and for a brief moment, you get a vision of Zeldris sitting on the ground, cross-legged, with his eyes closed and completely still.
No one around him? Like, where's he?
You are unable to see around him. It appears he's sitting on stone. It's just natural stone. Make a perception check.
Ooh, 18 plus 9.
18 plus 9. Okay.
He's
So he's sitting on stone, but on the edge of the stone, you notice a shiny surface. It looks like it's like a shiny surface that's joining the stone. And it looks like really rough melted glass. Like if somebody just melted glass and poured it out onto the ground.
That's it?
That's it.
Would she be able to talk to him? Zeldris?
As you do that, Zeldris' head turns towards where you are, looking at him from your point of view. And his eyes open.
How are you here?
And as soon as that happens, the vision disappears.
He looked okay? He looked like not harmed?
He didn't look physically harmed, but you saw what I saw. You saw what you saw. Everything I told you is what you saw.
It looks like Zeldris is okay. Dragon didn't kill him.
Eh.
Thank you. Thank you, Newt.
You're welcome anytime. Just ask. All right. So, which way are you heading?
following the dust.
The grassy knoll.
Okay, but you following the original strong signal?
Oh,
Or-
well, which one is the closer one? You said the one that was steady.
Yes.
Was closer. Distant parallax, yeah, so we'll go there first.
Okay. You start walking in that direction. Very quickly, you get into the hall. Walker just hops from the tip of a dune to the other. Boop. Opens the hole. And closes it, and opens it, and closes it. This keeps going for a couple of hours. At one point, Tex, you see a tiny little dot in the distance. Tiny little shape. It looks like a walking figure.
Okay. Am I currently alone?
You are, well, the hole is closed, but you can open it.
Okay, I didn't know if I was like in my section of the cycle. What can I make out from here?
Roll a perception check.
Mm-hmm. 26.
26. You can make out that it's a female figure that is standing in the desert, looking around, takes a few steps, looks around. Takes a few steps, looks around.
I'm suspicious. I put the hole down. I let everybody get out, and I say, I want you guys to watch my back. I'm gonna see if I can... If one of you wants to make me invisible, I'll see if I can go over there and help her, and I'll try to make sure she's not some kind of trick first.
Be careful.
All right.
I'll maintain a psychic connection with
Invisible.
Tex.
You're making
Okay.
Walker invisible?
Yes.
How long does it
And I'm
last?
making a psychic
An
connection.
hour.
Like regular invisibility or greater invisibility.
We don't need to break the grater on this, I don't think.
Greater's 8
1
minutes.
minute is
So
regular.
I don't think we need it to be that powerful. We'll just take the regular invisibility, and I would like to stealthily make my way into within hearing distance.
Make him away.
Mhm.
I have a psychic
Oh.
connection with Tex, so he can tell us what is.
I will make a stealth check, or would you like me to make a stealth check?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
May I tell do
Does
something?
invisibility
Why don't
grant
we-
me what? Is that a plus 10?
Doesn't
With
invisibility...
advantage?
Well, basically, invisibility eliminates sight, stealth,
Sight-based
and
detection.
yeah, sight-based detection, and it gives you advantage on sound, I think.
Oh, well, I can't really roll any better than, because I got a natural 20.
Actually,
Oh, I
you
rolled
can.
sleight of hand. Okay, no. It's a natural 20, but I meant to roll stealth, not sleight of hand. So, hold on. What's
It's
my
the
bonus?
same
Yes,
dex.
listen.
It's the
I
same
shall
dex.
give you also her boots.
No, I have extra stealth. Hold on.
Yeah.
Fuck, go away.
What I mean
And
is,
I'll
Oh,
also
I have a
shall-
plus 13 to stealth. So I got a 33.
All right.
I think it's looking good, guys.
Yeah, he needs more. Give him the boots. Give him the greater invisibility. Give him flight.
I have stealth plus 13 too. Also, may I tell use her see invisibility?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't see what? Yeah.
Like, I gotta make sure he's not trying to, be a pervert or something.
I know that's a priority.
You see Tex moving away from you? Moving away.
you got a psychic link with me, remember?
You move a little bit closer to the figure, and you do indeed see that it is a woman. She looks very disheveled. Her hair is matted. She looks emaciated.
What does
So it
it
looks-
mean?
It means that she looks like she's starving. Emaciated
Oh.
is like
Okay.
very skinny, like unhealthily skinny.
Like famished.
Yes. She looks very dehydrated. Her lips are cracked, and in fact, most of her clothes are torn. Some of them in inappropriate places. You can see one of her breasts. She's walking barefoot through the sand, And once in a while,
Is he telling us?
she stops and, in a very hoarse voice, very weakly and meekly, tries to scream out, "Help!
Is she a horse?
Help!"
Is he telling us that?
Yeah, I tell them that, and then I become visible, and I tell her,
I want to go and run and help.
Ah, yes. Yes, Walker always being bought by the open titty and the emaciation.
I mean, hey, I'm a man, and I say, I'm here to help.
She,
I'm probably it's probably
sees
some
you.
kind of creature.
And you see a little bit of disbelief in her eyes.
Wait, so just randomly saying help out into space?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like she didn't look at Tax at the moment when she was asking for help. She didn't see us. She didn't see
She's
anyone.
been saying
or-
over the last few hours.
Probably.
That's exactly my question. Like she was
She was
like
praying.
praying for help, or she actually felt that there is someone around her. If she knew,
You don't know. But
Probably didn't matter.
like no inside check.
the woman
You can't. You're not
looks
there.
at
You can't see her.
Walker,
And what?
and says, "A person, are you real?"
Yeah, I'm definitely real. You look like you could use some water, and I hand my canteen over.
She grabs the canteen and starts drinking it. Like a person who's been lost in the desert.
Or a good actor.
Or
You know.
good actor, yeah.
I want to run and help also, as soon as he told us the description.
Mm. You run to her. Do a medicine check, Elion.
Not the best, but 10.
10. You do see that she is hurt.
Is it possible for me to... Well, Thor can heal her, but for the meantime, can I maybe rip some of my clothes and do some sort of bandage? Maybe where she's hurt?
Yep, you do that. You bandage her up here and there, and
Give her some rations also?
as you're doing that, she's eating the rations while you're bandaging her up, and she's looks very relieved, but at the same time extremely exhausted. It says, "I can't believe I actually found somebody in this desert."
Why are you alone in this desert?
Well, the creature, he captured my husband and I, and he's been holding us in that cave. And I managed
Which
to escape,
creature?
but my husband is still in there. Oh, he's terrible.
Your husband?
Very strange woman. So as soon as she's found in the middle of desert, the first thing that she's doing is complaining about
folks?
her husband.
Says no, the creature, I think he's some sort of an undead thing. Please,
Can I,
you have to help. Please try to get my husband out.
Insight check
Where-
on all
where
this
is the
fucking
creature?
bullshit.
All right, roll an
What is
insight
the
check.
creature?
Insight,
I would
like,
also
on
insight.
what she said, but also like on her demeanor and like her footsteps, where she's walking from, stuff like that. Together.
Okay. Walker and Tor. Insight check.
26.
26.
25.
25. Okay. Tex, you notice that something's off about her.
Why can't it ever just be a pretty woman that needs help?
And nobody said she's pretty. You're just fixated on the titty.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't say that she's pretty. He said that she's like one breast naked.
Yeah. It's really difficult to look good When you're
When you're
emaciated.
malnourished.
And yeah, with your hair matted, your clothes all
But
fucked
what
up.
is it off? What
It's
is off?
it's just something you can't quite put your finger on it, but it's just a really weird
Don't
situation.
put your finger on it.
Yeah.
I haven't done any insight, so I just ask. Where is the creature? Where is your husband? How can we help?
There is a cave just a few hours travel that way, and she points in the direction.
That we're going?
It's roughly in the direction you're going, yes.
We haven't reached our destination, right? With the sand.
Yes, you haven't.
Not yet.
Oh, but what is the creature? Like you said, undead?
Yes.
She was coming towards us from that direction, and we encountered her.
How did you manage to run away from it?
I'd been working on my manacles for a few days.
I'd like to look at her wrist.
You look at her wrists, and there are marks that are from some sort of restraints, yeah.
Okay. Well, ma'am, obviously this is a traumatic experience for you, but we would like to help your husband and to help him the best possible. My friend Elion here can read your thoughts and perhaps help us learn a way to assault this evil entity. Would you submit to a mind reading?
Submit.
I mean, I could, but
Purely to help your husband, of course. And it's absolutely safe. FDA approved even.
time is of the essence.
Yeah,
I
it would
don't
take
know how-
literally seconds.
It will help us to know that, like, the architecture of the cave, more ways to, like, and we will probably figure out what type of creature it is. You know, we're experienced adventurers, so it's a serious mission. We can know what we're fighting, so we will be prepared.
You might feel a little pinch.
Half of the fight done with preparation, you know.
Oh, all right. Oh, okay. Sure.
All right, Elion, you're up. Get in there.
I say, just so you know, it doesn't hurt. And I put my hands on her head and I cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
Is she willing? Does that mean that he doesn't have to do the...
So,
If she's willing,
initially, as soon as you cast the spell, you sense thoughts of despair, pain, hunger, thirst, urgency, a little bit of joy, and relief.
Mhm.
As you try to go deeper, you do encounter resistance. Are you going to try to go deeper?
if I say, try to relax.
like a doctor at the doctor's office. Just relax. Just relax.
Yes.
Just
She
say
f-
but with your soul.
She furrows her eyebrows. Says, I'm trying.
Turn your head and cough.
Yeah.
I'll try to go deeper.
Alright, if she resists, she rolls Wisdom 17.
Wisdom
right?
save.
No. Okay. As you try to probe deeper, you do uncover another. You go down into the next layer of thought, and it is completely different. There is a lot of noise there. You hear the sound of sand hitting stone, wind howling between crevices. Then you sense thoughts of entrapment and hunger. As soon as that happens, it's quite a shocking feeling. It's a few very shocking thoughts. As soon as that happens, you open your eyes and you see the woman's shape dissipate into sand in front of you. And it's almost as if her shape it basically turns into a little whirlwind kind of thing, and all of the sand rushes at you and hits you in the face. You feel sand in your eyes, you inhale some of it, goes up your nose, in your mouth, and you hear a sound. All of you hear a voice in the air that says, "This desert will take you."
Yep, never a pretty woman in distress. I'm
And it's-
never lucky.
And it fades away
Good job, Elion.
Look at
into
you
the
and
wind.
says, I am pretty, but stripping just wasn't necessary.
Well, Littell, I have a strict no inter-party relationship policy. It's a little bit too messy when you're adventuring.
Is it
Together.
possible
Alright.
for me to use detect
Relationship?
magic in what just happened?
Hold on. You have until your next long rest. You have a -1 to wisdom. Wisdom.
Oh, my
Wisdom
boy
save?
been cursed.
Actually, not just a -1. -1 to wisdom saving throws and wisdom checks.
My boy been cursed.
Sand does that too.
Okay.
It breaks him in.
Yep. Let me -1. There you go. Boom. What? No, that's not the modifier that I need. But just remember that. I'm trying to save the freaking modifier and it's not working properly.
Maybe I'll do it. Can I?
Ooh,
Yeah,
is
go
he
ahead.
possessed? Can I cast protection from good and evil on him?
So
You can
in
try.
my wisdom throws, do I put an override?
Yeah.
Okay. -1. So it should be a 2 now.
Yes.
Because I had a +3.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll keep it. And my wisdom check also, right?
Yes. Are you gonna cast detect good and evil?
That I wanted to do detect magic and what just happened. But if is it possible?
Did the sand lady take my canteen?
She did not. The
pick it
canteen
up.
plops on the ground. Detect magic. You do sense a faint residue of illusion magic that was there.
Oh
But
man,
you
I
don't
was
detect
eluded.
anything
When
else.
when I went into her head, this probably was just a construct. But is it part of the story true that there was an undead creature that he might be doing this?
Yes.
Well, we don't really know, but it might have been.
Yeah, with your insight check text, you actually guess that part of the story is true.
Oh, it's a mummy. It's got to be a mummy.
Could be. Did you guys want to actually go and find out?
The hell yes, Elion. I love mummy adventures.
Excuse. It's not my mommy.
No. With a U.
MOMMY.
M-U.
No, MU. MU.
Yeah, MU.
Spelling is boring.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess we should go and.
Oh, come on. Let's go, please.
Yeah,
There might
there's
even
none.
be a pyramid.
It feels like
If
we're
we go
going
to
in
the
a
direction
anyway.
that she pointed for a few hours, what do we find?
Well, we
Oh, thanks, guys.
we're
God, there might
going
be a
there anyway.
curse. There could be curses. There might be mummies.
Yeah.
There is no my mommy. My mommy works different way.
No.
So-
Mummies. They love sand and sand things and curses. That's totally
Yeah.
a mummy thing. Elion, you got cursed. How's it feel?
Mummies are different, like
Bad.
different.
I'm gonna cast mending on my cloth because I just ripped it for nothing.
Well, as long as it's stuff like that, it's all fun and games. Just don't get hit with the mummy curse, okay?
Yeah.
You told me to read her mind.
Yeah, it was a
It
good
was
idea.
your
You did a good
fault.
job. Good job.
Yeah, we didn't like unexpectedly were trapped by some sort of desert mommy.
I mean, we totally knew something fishy was going on, but you
Why
confirmed
didn't
it.
you read her mind?
I can't do that, Elion.
Unfortunate for you.
Oh,
I
that's
think it's
very,
lucky
very,
for
very
you.
good for us. Yeah, it's very good that you do it.
I'm gonna slap you, Thor. I'm gonna slap you.
Elion, if you could imagine I could be this stealthy and I could read minds, that's just not fair.
And you could
So-
fire 3
Alan,
shots
I
in one
think
turn.
we're a very balanced group. I mean, you're doing your thing, and you're magical and pretty, and I am pretty and sneaky, and he is he is shooting things much better than I do,
But not
and
pretty.
Paul probably sometimes too.
Okay.
So we go
you-
to this location.
You travel in the direction that the lady pointed you in. Or you double check your
illusion.
sand compass, or sand pointing device, right?
Mhm.
And it is pointing in the same direction.
I asked Tor, I say, Tor, do you think there might be a rolling boulder trap even?
Only if you're staying ahead of us.
Oh, alright, well, as long as it's not snakes. I hate snakes.
Uh-oh. Don't tell this kind of things.
So-
Right before
You find a little stone outcropping that looks like there is an opening underneath it. How do you approach it?
Well, what do you mean by opening? Is this like a natural opening, or?
It looks natural from the outside. I mean, do you want to get close to it to examine it further? That is a question.
Yeah, I won't. I'll be stealthy, but I won't be invisible.
All right, give me a stealth check. Him.
Just regular, just
you
my
want to
regular
be
plus
invisible?
13.
Do you want to be invisible?
No, I'm okay. We'll save it.
You know, Ethel makes herself invisible. Just in case.
Am I still cursed after a few hours of travel?
27 stealth.
Okay.
He told you it was for the next day.
Oh, right.
Until long rest. So, Etel and Tex go prone and slither like snakes stealthily through the sand.
I would like to keep an eye out for tracks, if there are any.
Well, there's supposed to be tracks where she came from. Right? She came from here, supposedly.
I mean, if she was an illusion, was she tangible? Yes, she was tangible because we touched her.
Yeah.
There
where she
is-
came from, where there are footsteps.
You notice, yeah, where she came from, there are footsteps.
So we followed
But-
her footsteps even while going in the direction of the sand.
The footsteps ended
Oh,
very abruptly. It's like
Right,
at one
right,
point
okay.
they just poofed into existence.
Gotcha. Okay.
But you did have to follow them for quite a while, for about an hour.
Stealth check with advantage.
But it's
Or
still
just-
that's
not
the direction
for me.
still matched up with the
Yes, it's all.
sand.
Yes, it does. So I'll tell you what's more, Tor.
31.
As they're doing this, you are moving like side to side,
And it's right there. Yeah.
and you figure out that it's actually pointing right at the cave,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right?
I guess so.
So, what was your stealth check, Etel?
31.
31.
Damn, girl.
Tex, sorry, you rolled perception, right?
Yes.
Oh, may I roll perception too? Because I'm there too.
Yes. And what was your perception, Tex? Sorry, I forgot.
I didn't roll it yet.
Oh,
But it was bad. It was 15.
okay. 15?
Mine is 18 plus 9.
Alright, 27. So, Etel and Tex, between the two of you, you exchange this information. You notice that, the opening looks like it's freshly. You wouldn't say collapsed, because collapsed would close it. But it's like collapsed, but the collapsation opened it.
It's freshly excavated.
It's freshly burst outwards. Right, right. Does that make any sense?
Like
Yeah.
burst,
Yeah.
burst out as in like the ground, from the ground, like a tomb. Someone burst out of a tomb.
How
the
big is
ground.
the hole?
The hole, it's about 10 feet tall, 10 feet wide.
I have a
Huh.
good question. Like when I make myself invisible, what happens with when creatures sitting in my hood? Like, would they
They're
be
also
considered-
invisible with you.
We
Just-
can't
The capital
risk
equipment.
the holy newt.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So,
Newt,
like Newt
Yes?
with me.
yes.
Yes, he's also invisible.
Newt, do you know anything about this type of things?
What type of things?
Like,
Caves?
oh, yes, that burst outwards. And
Mm.
there are strange things are there, like that make this something like this woman appear in the desert.
Well, I would guess that if it's a cave that burst, it's probably either something really good or something really bad.
Well, now that we're closer, do I see any like claw marks or gouges, or is this rounded?
Mm-mm. But as you, it's rounded. Ish.
Uh oh.
It's rounded-ish. It's not like perfectly round, like something chewed through it. It looks like it was an opening that was man-made, or somehow hewn out of stone, but then was sealed with rocks that have now been thrown
Oh,
outwards.
I see what you mean. It's like a Jesus's tomb kind of deal.
Hmm. As you get closer, there's no tracks on the outside. Possibly because they've been covered up by sand. And you know this because there's tracks on the inside, just at the mouth of the cave. You're able to spot a few tracks where there's sand, but it hasn't been disturbed by the wind as much.
Are they exiting or entering?
They look like they're exiting tracks.
Are they humanoid?
Tex, go ahead and make another perception check.
Surely. Blah, blah, blah. Come on, roll. Alright, I did good this time. 27.
27. It's something bipedal. And also very, very heavy.
It's hanging titty.
Maybe it's that
With drag
giant.
marks behind it.
Wait, giant golem. The giant golem. The Eidolon.
We destroyed it.
Yeah, but it came from here probably.
Could be.
Is there any writing anywhere? Like, do I see any kind of
The
engraving?
Not on
was
the
trying
outside,
to
no.
trap us here, so there is something in there.
Well, we
Alright.
call the others forward first of all, Tor and Elion,
Mm-hmm.
so they can come check this out.
You
And
don't
then-
see any markings on the outside.
Does it look like the sand's pointing like into the deeper into the cave, or is
Yes.
it just pointing at the mouth? Okay.
Mhm.
Cool.
You can go down,
Yeah, let's
down
All right.
there.
Well,
Is
are
it
we
dark as fuck?
are we ready for this, guys?
We can investigate before,
It is-
like,
Why not?
It is
to
dark
make
as
sure
fuck.
that it's safe.
Alright, well,
keep
when
the
it gets
mental
super dark
state.
as fuck, I'm gonna do my night vision bullshit.
Okay. So, we just step into the mouth of the cave. And 1 second. Oops. I meant to activate.
I did it again.
Oh, come on. Work with me, phone. Here we go. As you walk into the cave, you do notice something that you did not see from the outside. And it is the fact that there
What
are...
are these railroad tracks? What the fuck?
Yeah. These look like tracks meant for a mining cart.
Does it look like it
Huh.
hasn't been used in a while?
They look like they haven't been used in a long ass time.
There's like none of the wood left for the bikes. All falling apart.
All of the
I
metal
wish
is
that you
corroded.
could ride on the thing.
It's there's different.
It's all pressure treated wood.
It looks like
Yeah.
a mine shaft. Like this
Kind of is.
minecart.
Yeah, it leads slightly downwards.
And no sign of an actual like minecart anywhere.
Well, actually, Tor, I was double checking the vision things yesterday. You have
Uh-huh.
unlimited range in
Dark vision, yeah. With
dark
this,
vision.
With this archived version of Tasha's, yeah.
So
You still using the archive?
Yep.
you see further down
Consistency.
there is
Hmm.
some sort of a tent structure. You do see that there's something that
Oh,
resembles a
yeah.
minecart
Okay.
down in the end, and what looks like a table and some stools. But yeah, you're in the cave. What lies
Uh-huh.
ahead, you don't know, and that's what we'll find out next time.
Nice.
Next time.
I think
Oh,
we
right.
can handle, a little bit more.
I
Evil
would
dwarf.
love to keep going,
I have to bounce.
Yeah.
but Hemiel has to do
All right,
something.
I'm gonna end the stream and then we'll debrief. Thank you, everybody, very much for watching.
Did we
Catch you
have
on
a
the flip side. Peace. Bye bye.